Hey everyone, I'm back and today we're going to be talking about The Bridge on the River Kwai, and this movie came out in 1957, I believe, and it's about 2.5 hours long, and overall I thought it was solid. And we're going to go through what I liked about it. I thought the story was interesting. There's not a whole lot going on over the course of the movie. The goals for the film is very simple, and it doesn't really need to do anything more than that to be a good movie. I really liked the first half of the movie. I think it was a little bit better than the second half. I'll get into that later, but in the first half of the movie, it very much establishes what is going on and what the story is going to be and where it's going to be headed. Not a whole lot happens, but that being said, it doesn't take a lot to get invested into this story because you understand the drama of the situation, and you see all these characters who are just prisoners and they have nowhere to go, and their loyalty is just with this one guy, and he's being tortured and he's sent into this oven to bake for I don't even know how long he was there, but it is a long time. I can tell you that. And there are parts in this movie where they don't always show what happens to a character. Instead, they just explain it later on. And I can understand that. There are some parts of this movie that are just explained. And in a way, I kind of don't like that. But at the same time, I'm fine with it. Because in the first half, it very much makes the film feel as though it's moving at a brisk pace. And the first half, it doesn't waste any time. And it's constantly moving along. And there are some parts that I found to be comedic, and those parts worked well. I found some of the characters to be interesting. There were some parts where I was really interested in what the characters were saying about, and I really liked those scenes. And in the second half of the movie, it does carry a lot of the stuff that I liked. It's just not as well balanced, in my opinion. And the reason why the second half is a little weaker for me is because I felt that it kind of had more filler. There were some scenes that went on for too long, and the last 10 minutes were really well done. I thought they were suspenseful and worked really well. It's just that there was one scene where everything was being set up prior to those last 10 minutes, and they took as long as possible to get that done. And what I mean is that they took as long as possible to communicate what they were doing, and it was testing my patience, and I was getting kind of exhausted. But for the most part, the second half worked really well. I guess another complaint I have with this movie is some of the lighting choices. I get the feeling that a lot of it, if not all of it, I haven't looked through the special features, but it did feel like most of this movie, if not all of the movie, was shot on real locations. And some of the lighting was kind of off, and it was a little overexposed. For the most part, it didn't really bug me. The only time it legitimately bothered me is when it's supposed to be nighttime and they just put on a little filter to make it look like night, and it doesn't look very good. Going back to the first half of the movie, I think a big reason why it worked better for me than the second half of the movie is because it wasn't really about characters, and sure, you have character interactions, and it gives you an understanding of what is going on, but it's mostly about the situation and the drama that goes along with it. And I found that to be more engaging for me as opposed to the second half, which didn't really have that. And it's kind of about building the bridge. And in the first half of the movie, if you were confused, in the first half of the movie, it's about trying to get the bridge built. And in the second half of the movie, it's more about going in to blow up the bridge. And I found the first half more engaging because the story was much more simple and straight to the point, and I was more invested because it felt as though, one, it wasn't wasting any time, and two, it was easy to get into because as you understand the drama of the situation, and you really feel that these characters are going through something horrible, and it is hot in that area. You see the sun just beating down on these people. I do get the sense that it was really hot and the heat is taking a toll on these characters. Yeah, lots of great physical performances in this movie. There's a character in the second half of the movie who has his foot injured, and the rest of the movie he's trying to get to the River Kwai and to blow up the bridge. But he has an injury and he's just falling behind, and you really get a sense that it's really taking a toll on him and he's really unable to walk, and the movie focuses on it for a couple minutes, and it really feels like he's been struggling for a long time. And time is a major part about this movie. If I were to say anything that would keep this from being a great movie for me, is that nothing really surprised me about it, which isn't really a big criticism. If it has goals and it really wants to achieve just that, and it works really well at achieving just that, then it's a good movie. However, if a movie is going to be great, then I need some things that give me more than just what it goes out and achieves, because I think I've said this before, I'm just going to go to it really quickly. A good movie, at its best, it gives you everything you want. A great movie gives you everything you want and more. And that more element is what I'm missing with this movie. Not to say there aren't great things about it, and there are great things about it. It's just that I would have wanted more. But I still think this is a very good movie. And I'm going to give The Bridge on the River Kwai a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of The Bridge on the River Kwai down below. And my social media links, they will all be in the description down below, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up. And I want to review Sky High, because I haven't seen it in a long time, and I used to watch that movie a lot, and I want to see how it holds up. But until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.